Hi everybody, Enosh here, and we are talking today about
The Flash, Season 3, Episode 2.
Paradox. And man, what a great episode. I am really enjoying so far, just the first two episodes, how this season is transpiring. Now, there's going to be things, it's been a couple of days since I've seen the episode. I haven't had a chance to do my review yet. So there may be a couple of things that I forget. But if I forget them, please, hey, leave down in the comment section and let's talk about it there, okay? But just going off of what I remember of watching the episode, man, it's so cool. Because, you know, Barry starts to realize that his actions have repercussions. Even in thinking that, oh, I'll just go back and fix it. It doesn't always fix it, does it? No, and you can't mess around with the time stream. You just can't do it. So Barry comes back and he finds that Iris and her dad are not seeing eye to eye. They have some problems. Cisco has some problems with Barry because Barry has refused to go back in time and save his brother. And so there's all this tension. There's all this, kind of animosity on the surface there. And it's keeping them from working together as a team. And you add to that Alchemy, Dr. Alchemy. I loved how they brought that out and ended up bringing that at the end, calling him Dr. Alchemy. And they just kept kept saying it, and that was pretty cool. But Dr. Alchemy, is gonna go back, and he is obviously given the rival his powers, and it's interesting how that works, with the Speed Force and everything. And actually, there's these kind of echoes of the old time stream, of the old timeline there that are coming to pass. Now, a couple of things here. Barry tries to fix some of these things. He's trying to get more information, about Iris and her dad, and why that they're at odds and everything. And he's trying to figure stuff out. And he's trying to make things work. And finally, he just breaks down, and he just talks to everybody. And sometimes that's what you got to do. And when we watch TV shows, one of my biggest pet peeves is sometimes things are long and drawn out just because people just don't talk. If it was real life, we would just go and say, hey, look, what is your problem? Why are you doing this? And they don't do that in TV a lot. And so it was nice to see that Barry finally broke down, was able to talk to everybody, just explain to them what happened. Look, here's the time stream and stuff, took the risk and did it. And so I'm liking to see where that goes, because it obviously got Iris and her dad back together a little bit and helped them get beyond their problems. And then you get to the end, and you got Barry fighting the rival, and they're going at it, and Barry finds himself in this position where he needs help. And honestly, I thought that Wally was going to show up. Now, I got a theory about that. I believe Wally has his powers. We saw in the preview for next week that Jesse Quick has her powers, and she's coming back from Earth 2, and so she has her powers. I believe Wally has his powers. He is just not using them right now. He is kind of keeping them a little secret, and that's okay, because if you read the Flash comic book, the Rebirth Flash comic book, right now, Wally in that comic book, spoiler alert if you haven't read, if you haven't been reading those, if you plan on reading those, but in that comic, that Wally West, the African-American Wally West, he had powers, and he wasn't telling everybody either. And so he just came out in the last couple of issues to everybody, kind of telling him that he has powers too. So I believe we're going to see the same thing in the TV show, where Wally finally comes out. And so I really expected Barry to get saved by Wally at the end, but it turns out it was Cisco. And you know what? That's fine too. I really like that, because I would love to see Cisco doing that more. I like how Barry at the end said, hey, maybe we could do this a little bit more, do a little partnership kind of thing. And I love that Cisco didn't rule it out. Cisco has some issues that he still has to work with. He still has to figure out his life and what he's going to do, and how his powers work and how he's going to use those powers. And obviously, he still has that little bit with Barry there. It would be hard to be in that situation, to have your brother die and then not be able to, to have a friend who you think could help but doesn't. And so, but Barry explained that to him. I tried to do it and it didn't work. And, but it's easy to step back and go, well, I don't care, and whatnot. I loved, let's talk about this. I loved the reintroduction of Jay Garrick from Earth 3. I thought that this was so cool that Barry, had decided, oh, I'm just going to go back again and I'm going to fix it again. I got to do something. And, Barry kind of doing like he usually does and reacts instead of being proactive about things and thinking about things on the front end. And he starts to go back, and Jay Garrick pulls him out of the time stream. How cool is that? That was one of my favorite parts of this whole episode. And this episode had a lot of good parts to it. But to see Jay Garrick pull him out and then talk to him, sit down and talk to him, just pull him out, take him out for a coffee, man, and just sit down and start talking to him about how you can't do that. And obviously there was more to that, because Jay was explaining how, I made those same mistakes. So what did Jay do that made those same kind of mistakes that he couldn't fix? But, becoming a mentor to Barry, and that's what Jay should be. Jay should be a mentor, and it's even better that he looks like his dad. He's his dad's doppelganger, and I think that will help Barry in the long run, being able to have Jay there to kind of guide him and help him through some of those issues. And so just a very cool episode all the way around. What did you think? What were your favorite parts of this episode? Are you liking where they're going with this? Are you liking the fact that they're not just going to go back and try to get Barry back into the original timeline, but they're just moving forward from here? This third timeline, the second timeline that splintered off of the first original timeline, he's just trying to right what was wrong and move forward. And I think it's a good idea, instead of trying to make everything just wrap up neatly and just say, well, we fixed it all. It shows that there are repercussions, and that you can't just always fix things the easy way, or what you think is the easy way. There's always going to be issues. And so, man, what a great episode. I absolutely love this episode. What did you think of this episode? Leave your comments down in the comments section. And hey, if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel, because we love to talk about fun stuff here on the channel. We talk about superheroes and Star Wars and fun and toys and all kinds of great stuff, music and everything else. So why don't you hit that subscribe button, because there's something here for everyone, okay? And I will see you next time. So until next time, I'm Enosh. Keep running. Bye-bye.